PDP may have been declared winner at the controversial rerun election, but the APC feels cheated.
Hearing that PDP won in of our local government, this is not so. They awarded us 21,000 votes and awarded PDP 25,000 votes. They scored PDP 25,000 and scored us 21,000. Even we that won that election, our result was not up to that. We won with 11,000 plus and they had 4,000 plus.
The candidates declared winner by the umpire here at the Kwara State Government House, where they are being sworn in.
It is a thing of joy that exercise which recorded a massive turnout of voters was adjudged free, fair, and credible.
They may have trooped out in their numbers to vote. The APC supporters have in the same vein trooped out to protest the results in the election. Offa is one of Kwara State's biggest commercial towns. Apart from the kingship tussle it currently faces, it has experienced some of the bloodiest communal clashes in the history of the state. This time, what brings the people to the streets one hopes will be resolved peacefully without any bloodshed.
Well, we shift focus from core party politics now. The Labour Party has joined the Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress to demand that the National Assembly should retain the issues of labour and minimum wage on the exclusive legislative list in the proposed amendment of the 1999 Constitution. Addressing a news conference in Abuja, the national chairman of the party, Mr. Dan Wanyao, says the attempt by the Senate to remove the minimum wage law from the exclusive list is unjustified. He says Nigeria cannot be part of the 20 leading world economies by the year 2020 if a critical success factor of production and labour is not accorded status and protection.
Most laws and most actions of both government and the legislature has always been geared towards against the working people of this country. So we have to put our position clear in respect of the amendment to the Constitution, whereby there is an attempt to remove the issue of the minimum wage from the its position in the Constitution and transfer it to the states, whereby the payment of minimum wage will now be staggered. Labour Party wishes to give its unconditional support to the legitimate demand of both the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress that the proposed 1999 constitutional amendment should retain labour on the exclusive legislative list.
In part two, after the break, help comes the way of Nigerian farmers as the federal government approves disbursement of 15 billion naira for this year's farming season. That's in a moment. Do join us again. Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, coming to you live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. Landslide claims at least 7 lives in Cross River State following hours of downpour. 5 Southwest PDP chairmen head to court against leaders of the party's breakaway group. Our big story tonight examines the moves by the APC to sell itself to Nigerians. And G20 summit of world leaders begins in Russia. Military strikes against Syria high on the agenda. Well, do remember we have a number of platforms for you to keep up with all our top stories. There's the website channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. If you're on the go, visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on an iPad, iPhone or BlackBerry. And you can also download the Channels TV app for Android and Nokia 920 from their respective stores. There have been several debates on whether or not Nigeria's amalgamation is worth celebrating, considering the situation surrounding the marriage of the former Northern and Southern Protectorates in 1914. Well, as Nigeria's amalgamation clocks 100 years, the Niger State Governor Muazu Aliyu has described the journey so far as a beautiful one, but not without its challenges. He, however, says the major challenge of the country is that of leadership. Governor Aliyu was the guest speaker at a lecture organized by the Lagos Country Club.
Since 1914, we have had a lot of problems, yes? But on the whole, when you put the issues on this on scale, you will say it was a beautiful journey. The only regret is that, yes, we could have gone beyond where we are at the moment. The holders and occupiers of many of our platforms of issue have relatively failed. And we, the country, have not spent time to define what leadership is and what leadership implies and what leadership should do, because we lack succession plan and training. All the time when we start doing something, it's like we are inventing the wheel. And I believe till today that those our leaders of the First Republic were superior in vision, commitment to fatherland, and believe me, they were very selfless in their service to humanity. Today, even a councillor of a ward or a chairman of a local government or a governor thinks that he must secure his life by stealing government's property and not ashamed to display it to his people. Ministers are not left. Everyone will even be telling you, if you see the former ministers the way they are looking now, forgetting that God has his ways.
Niger State Governor Muazu Aliyu. Now, from all indications, the federal government is concerned about the ongoing strike by university lecturers, as it's once again expressed its frustration on the issue. At a news conference in Abuja, the Minister of Information, Labaran Mako, has appealed to members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities to call off the industrial action while negotiations continue. He also gave the assurance that the federal government will do its best to address the issues raised by the lecturers.
We are saying when we have a problem, a strike alone cannot solve all problems. There are problems that we should talk to each other and resolve them. We don't have to lock every university and go home because some allowances have not been paid. And we are putting down 30,000. They say we should put on 100,000 now. It's not easy. You need to come forward and also see how difficult it is. Because it's not an easy thing. So we are doing so. We will resolve these problems. What we are saying is we can open our universities while we begin to pay these allowances. Where 30 billion has already been put on ground. It's only for us to be a bit more, compassionate for our children. That's what it is. That is what it calls. We have never disagreed with ASU when it comes to the fact that the university needs more funding. We have never disagreed with ASU when it comes to the fact that we need to pay more attention, even to teachers' welfare. We are doing so, and we will continue to do so. But we cannot always resolve problems by shutting down the university system.
Minister of Information Labaran Mako giving the government's argument on the ongoing ASU strike. Meanwhile, the Bini zone of the Academic Staff Union of Universities has accused the federal government of adopting desperate measures to end the nationwide industrial action. The leadership of the zone, comprising Delta State University, Ambrose Ali University, Niger Delta University, University of Bini, and the Federal University of Petroleum Resources, has, however, insisted that the union will not be forced to end the strike without achieving its aim. At a meeting at the Delta State University, Abraka, the zonal coordinator said the government is now employing intimidation, blackmail and other gimmicks to undermine the strike, which has entered its 9th week.
The plea that are coming are genuine. But they should know that the union is struggling not only for itself now. We are struggling for those making the appeals. We are struggling for a better university system in Nigeria. If you have better universities in Nigeria, you will have no need to take your children to Ghana or Lesotho or Togo. You should ask yourself the question, why are the children of the elites not coming to the universities? They are going abroad.